So for this video I had a lot of ideas, but for probably the last month, and I wasn't really sure where to start. There's just been so much on my mind, and like, this is an artist channel, but I'm not always going to share art on here. More like art and then a little bit of Jesus mixed in, because I think they're very related. And of course my hobbies, like the ducks. They love chewing at the clover that we planted over there. So to start with, let's see. One of the things that's been on my mind a lot is how much I fidget. No, is you guys are so happy over there. One of the things about my mind a lot is that I was planning on making a duck video, and I just didn't really know how to go about it, so here it is. They're not ducklings anymore, they're 2 months old, big duckies, and the one with the white on his chest, well, I think it's a boy. We're calling him Blondie, and then the other is Daisy. Hopefully you can see that behind me. And they've been so much fun. A lot of work. I knew there would be a lot of work, but like, you don't really know till you know. I was really excited to get them outside, and they have been loving their little area. They're a mix of Cayugas and Muscovies, so they will not be able to reproduce, because technically Muscovies aren't actually ducks, but they are ducks. It's kind of weird. They're a breed from South America, so they won't be able to have babies. They'll be sterile. They'll still lay eggs, but they can't turn into new ducklings. But they're very pretty. Cayugas are known for having like iridescent blue-green feathers, which I'm really hoping that they will get at some point here. They're still pretty young, so we'll see. But I am going to have like a montage of all the many videos I took from them as little tiny ducklings all the way up until about now as ducks. I want to have them free range, but there is one problem with that. Is I set up a trail cam over around the corner over here, and it caught a fox, which is really close to where they are, so I don't think free ranging them would be a good idea at this point in time. In fact, the fence I have up right now isn't even predator proof. Fox could dig underneath this, no problem. So that's a problem, but their coop over here is pretty sound. I think. We'll find out if it's not. But that was fun. They're very chattery today. Duckies! What are you guys arguing about? I did not know it was going to be this noisy if I made a video out here. That's fine. We have 2 pools of water that I fill up for them every morning, and the first thing they do when I'm done filling it up is they go swimming in the bigger one. They absolutely love it. So that's a little bit about my ducks, because that's one of the things that's been on my mind. One of the other things that's been on my mind is I watched a YouTube video by Roots and Refuge Farm. That was one of her devotional videos, and it really stuck out for me. One of the things she talked about in that video was tend what you can reach. And I have always been kind of an over-planner, overachiever in my life. I've always tried to do way more projects or activities than a reasonable person would. And that spoke a lot to me at that time, because there was just too much I was trying to do at the same time. I wanted to start my garden, because we moved here recently, and I was like, oh, I can finally grow vegetables, and that did not come through yet. Still planning on building one for next year, but I set aside the idea of having a bunch of fresh vegetables this summer, so that'll be a next summer thing. And then, you know, I was just been thinking about that a lot for the last month or 2. Maybe it's been 2 months, but I just love that. And in a video, I really want to make a tend what you can reach kind of like sticker drawing. Maybe I can put it on a t-shirt. I don't know if that's a good idea, because just came up with it, and I love it, and I want to make it into a t-shirt, but like, it's not my idea, so I don't really know how I'd go about that, but I can make it for a t-shirt for me, so that would be cool. It'd be a fun project to do. So that's one of the other things I'd like to do is 10 what you can reach. It really struck me. I will link the video in the description, but I love that video so much I watched it twice. I've been meaning to send just an email about how much it meant to me, because lately I believe in telling people how thankful you are for them, because I've really thought about it, and you know what, I appreciate it. Other people would too. I've always been shy and I don't like the idea of doing that, so it's never something that I've really done. So that's one of the things I was thinking about. And then somebody I know, she started making a podcast, and I just love that for her. She's so brave. She posted on her Facebook, everybody know that she was making these 15-minute podcast videos every Thursday about reconnecting with Jesus, and I thought that was amazing. And there's just, my mind's been a busy place this summer. Ducks have been great. Oh no, it's raining. Well, I'm gonna continue making the video despite the rain. Hopefully it's not too noisy. The ducks love the rain. They don't care at all. Oh no, I forgot. Whew. I did bring my Bible out here though, and I would rather that not get wet, so I will come back and finish this. So, I wanted to continue this video inside. It did stop raining, but I thought it looks like it will rain again, so I don't really want to miss it, and I want to finish filming this video today, because I want to get good and be consistent at posting videos. I'm thinking probably once a month for right now, and I might increase it twice a month once I kind of get into the swing of things. But as you know, this is my second YouTube video ever. I don't really know what I'm doing. But yeah, so third thing that's really been on my mind a lot, more specifically in the last week, is how there's more people in your corner than you think. I've really experienced that lately, and it's just kind of been an interesting realization. I don't know where it came from. I suspect from the Holy Spirit, because let's be honest, I'm not amazing at discovering things on my own. If it weren't for God, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I think that's where he came from. I'm learning how to hear God's voice in my life and understanding where it came from. But the understanding of how many people are in your corner and how many people are pulling for you, if that makes sense, is a lot. And I never really thought about it, but this week, after the person that that grew up in my small town with me made that video, I was thinking about it, and then I did write her a text message telling her how much I appreciated her doing what she's doing, and she texted me back, and she was so grateful, and it was amazing. I loved that. It was great. But yeah, and then I did apply for a job at my work for a different position. And I've done that before. It usually hasn't been a big deal, but this time I noticed it felt like, or maybe I was just more aware of it, I felt like people were pulling for me more. I mentioned it to people, kind of secondhand, because when I apply for jobs, I don't really tell anybody about it. I kind of keep it to myself for the most part, and every person I talked to was like, Emily, that's amazing. I hope you get it. Or they would tell me, you're a shoo-in for it. And it's made me very, very grateful lately. It's been in one of my, prayers, when I say what I'm grateful for, that's been one of the things, is I'm grateful for how many people are in my corner that I didn't realize. I was at church the other day, and I go to church almost every Sunday, and I spend time with the old ladies, and they're all great and funny. They were telling me about something the other day. I can't remember, but it was just very much an old lady thing, telling me what I have to look forward to when I'm old, and it's very entertaining to me. Oh, I thought I saw the gopher. Sorry. Next to the window that goes outside, and I'm easily distracted by things. But yeah, that's one of the other things, is how many people are in your corner. And the most important person that's in my corner is Jesus, and he's really been pulling for me, especially in the last year. It's been a lot. There's been a lot of storms. I've gone through a lot of storms. If it wasn't for Jesus, I would be in a very different place today, and I'm very grateful for everything he's done for me. But like, I've been feeling it really strongly lately. Like it's catching up to me how much he has actually done in my life that I just have been oblivious to or haven't noticed. And then I've been trying to read the whole Bible, which is a feat of its own. I haven't read the whole thing. I've read maybe a quarter of it or a third of it. Is not very much. I was reading it, and then I realized that like I wasn't retaining it, so then I started over again from the beginning, from where I was. But every once in a while I'm reading something will really click with me. And I wanted to share what clicked with me most recently when I was reading it, and it is from John in the New Testament. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, and this is my teen Bible that I got from when I was a kid at church. I still have it. It's even got my silly drawings from when I was a teenager in here. Look at that. Ugly drawing of a donkey. It looks like a basketball. My art has improved. So I was just gonna read this with you today, and then after this I'll play the montage of the ducks, because I know that's what everyone wants to see. Or maybe not, I don't know. I love the videos of my ducks. I can watch them over and over again. I just think it's amazing how fast they grew. In 2 months they're already like full grown ducks. So this is John in the 15th chapter. Oh, I am looking at Luke. This is the wrong one. Here it is. Oh, okay. Okay. So, I'm going to read 1 through 17, and then I'll emphasize the part that really hit me, though I think everything in this section I understood fairly decently. As a new reader to the Bible, every time I read it, there's things that go right over my head, and there's other things that I think I understand and I feel a connection with when I'm reading. So, 15. I am the true grapevine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch of mine that doesn't produce fruit, and he prunes the branches that do bear fruit, so they will produce even more. You have already been pruned and purified by the message I have given you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it is severed from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me. Yes, I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who remain in me and I in them will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me is thrown away like a useless branch and withers. Such branches are gathered into a pile to be burned. But if you remain in me, my words remain in you. You may ask for anything you want, and it will be granted. When you produce much fruit, you are my true disciple. This brings glory to my Father. I have loved you even as the Father has loved me. Remain in my love. When you obey my commandments, you will remain in my love, as I obey my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I've told you these things so you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow. This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way I have loved you. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friend. You are my friends. If you do what I command, I no longer call you slaves, because a master doesn't confide in his slaves. Now you are my friends. Since I have told you everything the Father told me, you didn't choose me, I chose you. I appointed you to go and produce lasting fruit, so that the Father will give you whatever you ask for using my name. This is my command. Love each other. So, yeah, I read this actually I think it was in the middle of the night. I read the Bible in the middle of the night when I can't sleep. I find it comforts me, even if I don't fully understand what I'm reading. But I think the part that I felt comfort in was, is verse 9. I have loved you even as a Father has loved me. Remain in my love. When you obey my commandments, you remain in my love, just as I obey the Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have told you these things so that you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow. But more importantly, I'm just going to tell you how I felt reading it, because I'm no Bible scholar. So when I read that, I felt like, how would you describe it? Don't mind me staring off into the distance. It's an old habit, but I felt safe. Like I just had this connection. Like I felt like God loved me and that He was going to watch over me, even if I wasn't, as good as I could. Because if I remain in the Lord, He remains with me, and that we'll always be connected, even despite my wanderings and anytime I wander astray and things like that. And I just felt a deep connection and desire to share that verse in this video to you. So if God says that's what I should do, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of what I had for the video. Up next, Editing Me will fix it, and you will see a whole bunch of cute duck videos, and I think I do a little bit of some talking videos. It's not just videos of the ducks quacking, even though that is adorable. So yeah, thanks for watching. Look how big our little duckies are getting. They're so big. Still don't like being picked up, but I have a way I'm going to try to make them tolerate it by giving them their favorite treat, mealworms. You're cuties. These are my ducks. They're extremely cute. Very clumsy. They're learning how to be ducks right now. Hey duckies! What you doing? Look how big you are. You're little gophers. Here, duckies! Oh, there you are. Here is the old doghouse that came with the property that we're gonna turn into a duck house. Because my ducks don't really have a home yet. So that's what we're gonna do. It's pretty nice. If you go look inside, it's pretty dry. There's this divider though. I want to get rid of that, make it just one big room. And then 2 doors, I think will be fine. Oh, that's Remy. Remy! He's a sweetheart. Well, to me and Jake. He doesn't like anybody else. He's an old man of 7. Oh yeah, and there's some of my plants. I didn't have time to put in like a nice big veggie garden this year, so I just got some acorn squash, some spaghetti squash, a purple tomatillo. I don't know what that is, but you guys are so cute when you wag your tails.